make a window side to side and a surface, and in the shape of your name, your initial of your name is usually what I get people to do. So we're going to click, drag, and post, and we'll see. Hopefully that worked. Sometimes with the freehand tool drawing, you want to go to the side, make sure it's not like floating in midair, because sometimes that happens. And just to see if that did work, we're going to go to our glass material in your default tray, and we're going to select one of these glass ones and just see, did it paint the whole wall? Nope, so then we're good. If for some reason the whole wall gets painted that same glass, what that means is that somewhere along this outside edge, something's not connected. If you have a hard time seeing things, you can also get your zoom tool and right click anywhere and say zoom window. We can draw a box, click and drag a box around whatever we want to zoom in on, and then we can have a much better view. So maybe I don't want to have these extra lines right here. There we go. Okay, and the assignment also asks you to paint these panes of windows different tints. There's a few ways we can do this. I haven't figured out a real easy way other than if we just use some of these different ones that are already preloaded in here. Just to show that you can use this tool. There we go. So now that part is done. We can paint the roof now. We're going to go in and find some roofing materials. So in your roofing tab, choose whatever shingles you want. And I'm just going to go with this standard one. Maybe I don't quite like the color of it. I can actually go in and with any of our materials, if we don't really like the color of it, we can go in and we can change it by editing it here. And you can tint them a little lighter. I like really dark shingle, so let's go with that. I could move this on the color wheel to give it a little bit of a colored tone to it. That was kind of cool. Let's go with that. I'm going to get my orbit tool, which by the way is an O. And we're going to paint the other side of that roof. Next part, I feel like this house needs some siding on it. So we're going to get out of there. We're going to go back to our materials list, and we're going to choose, where is it? Brick cladding and siding. And we're going to go with, I'm just going to go with some standard, let's go with the vertical siding. Some modern siding, apparently they call it. I'm going to place it, and then I'm going to edit it because I don't really like that brown color too much. I'm going to go with more. Ooh, that kind of matches our shingles more, but that's a bit out there. I don't know, that's a little too green for my liking. That gray is kind of cool. And I'm just going to make it a little darker. Kind of a purple tone though. And if we really want to match them too, we can use an eyedropper right here where we can match a color on the screen. So if I wanted to match it to this color of the shingle, then it automatically will match that tone. Yeah, it's kind of ugly, but let's go with it. Okay, we're going to paint the rest of the house walls the same way. We could go around, we could hold control with our select tool, so by hitting our space bar and then holding control and painting all of these at once, selecting them all and then painting them, but that's not really what we're going for. Okay, so there's the beginnings of our doghouse. If we wanted to, we could go inside, we could put some wallpaper or paint on the whole inside, we could put some carpet. Let's do that now. Let's put some carpet in or some sort of flooring. So in our tools again, we're going to find carpet, fabrics, leathers, textiles, and so on. And we're going to add some Berber carpet to this. Beautiful. Okay. Next thing it asks you to do is to create a 3D text. So right here, over on this side, and if you can't find this menu, you just need to add that toolbar. So you go to View, Toolbars, and there's a whole bunch of toolbars in here. The ones that I always make sure I have while getting started is what shows up along the top. But the large tool set and the Views toolbars are the ones that I like to use. Okay, so we're going to get our 3D text tool. And we're going to type it in. So we're going to type in the name. Normally we'd say the name of our doghouse, but since you're going to hand this in, I'd like to know whose it is. Put your name there. All right, now there's a bunch of other things we can do around here with sizing of it and everything. We change our font. And we're going to place it. Now if it ends up that it's like really small like that or really huge, what we can do is we can scale it. So typing S on your keyboard as a keyboard shortcut, or this little icon right here. We're going to scale it out, and we can simply drag that out. Having a hard time seeing. Anytime you have a hard time seeing, just orbit to the side. Need to zoom in a bit more. Oops. There we go. Zoom extents, zoom window. Zoom in just on that part that I'm working on. Get a little too close. And we're going to go back to our scale tool. So S. Click on that. I'm going to drag this out so it goes bigger. Maybe I just want it to stick out a little bit more. I can grab it at this point, like so. I think that looks pretty cool. Now, I want to zoom out again. Easiest way to do that is hit this zoom extents. And if I want to see a certain face with the views toolbar, I can see, okay, there's my left side, there's my back. It's a little messed up on here, just the way I started the assignment, but you get the idea. And isometric. So isometric is a drawing where everything is based off of a 30-degree angle. So if this is the horizon, a straight horizontal line, all these other lines are based on a 30-degree angle off of that. It's just a type of a 3D drawing. Okay, so there we go. Once again, I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to create a door now. So now I'm going to draw a line. Easiest way to do this, you could try trace around, and it took me forever to figure this out. But if you draw a line across from one side to the other, it'll automatically fill